So it's that time of the year where I review the work that I've done the past year. The projects I've been on, the type of work that I've done, my style, how it evolved compared to the previous year, and of course, what I plan on doing for the weeks, months to come, 2021. It is my first year sharing these thoughts on YouTube. Usually I keep these observations to myself. But this time, with the terrible year that we just had, I thought it would be interesting for me to share these thoughts with you. Who knows, you might learn a thing or two, and you will soon discover that my business is not only rainbows and sunshine. So last year I did a lot of sports portraits in the CrossFit and fitness world. Laundry and boudoir. And of course I've worked with dancers, ex-dancers and ex-gymnasts, and very few circus performers. So if you look at them closely, they are basic portraits. Natural light, one light or two flashes, with my background slightly underexposed on some shots. Well, nothing crazy, my usual stuff. My approach hasn't changed the past years, and I'm surprised that I haven't got sick of my way of working since then. I do not hate these images, but after a while when I look at my work, I ask myself this question: are they memorable? And I think they're not, for a lot of reasons. I am not talking about the experience. I'm not talking about the people I met. I'm not talking about the quality time that I had during the shoot. No, I'm really talking about these images as a work of art. Are they memorable in any way? And the answer is no. These images won't stand the test of time, and it's not a bad thing. Making a memorable piece of art wasn't the job, it wasn't the goal. You can save this for yourself for later. So basically, this is what you end up doing. You are now experienced. You know how to communicate with your client. You are able to identify the problem and to provide a solution right away. And it's great. Photography is now your day job. But the thing is, now that you're trying to make a living out of photography, it's really hard to be creative on certain jobs. On lingerie and boudoir shoots, it's really hard to be creative, especially because of the location. Shooting these in bedrooms, in apartments, in hotel rooms doesn't really help. So personally, I try to add in props to change my perspective whenever I can. Sometimes I go really far with the contrast, trying to have that moody, dark mood. We're not trying to be realistic. And I faced a lot of situations where I had to adapt to unexpected changes on location. Well, that's part of the job, but sometimes it's fun and sometimes it's a pain in the ass. While scrolling through these images that I made in 2020, the first thing that I realized is that I didn't take a lot of risks in 2020 and the past years, actually. In one of my previous videos, I said that 2020 wasn't my most creative year, and I think that I was right. Some other thing that is really important to talk about is that last year, unfortunately, I had to work with a lot of clients that didn't have the right budget. Compromise is a word that I hate. I have to live with it. Working with constraints can sometimes, in many ways, boost your creativity, but when there are too many, it can also kill it. So the most important thing here is to educate in some way and tell your client what they can expect for that amount of money. Don't oversell your work, because if you do, and if you stay realistic, you won't meet your client's expectations and you will be disappointed. And please don't over-deliver, because in the long run, bankruptcy and depression might knock at your door. I am not ashamed of the work and images I just showed you. It's just that after all these years, I expect a little bit more from my work. The only time I was a little bit creative last year, where I had a little bit more freedom, was when I had gear to test, which is a shame. Great learning experience, a lot of fun, no strings attached, and of course this means a new YouTube video for you guys. But these sessions cost money and nobody is paid. So I kind of miss some of the projects that I had in the past where money wasn't a problem. So this will be one of the main goals of 2021 and the years to come. To sum this up, here are my goals for 2021. Number one, fight this formulaic approach. I cannot always rely on the same techniques for all my images. Number two, a little bit related to number one, I have to get out of my comfort zone and take more risks. And number three, maybe the most important one, I have to find now new clients that can afford what I have to offer. Even if this means starting from scratch, I think it's worth it. Why continue in a direction that makes me unhappy? Nah. If so, then I might as well give up on photography and find a regular day job. The idea for me is to find the right balance, and in 2018, 2019, and 2020, I believe it tipped and leaned on only one side. So it's up to me for 2021 to balance this out. I know it's hard, but I've been doing this recently with my video work, considering myself as a beginner and starting from scratch. Right now with my video work, I'm trying to find my workflow, trying to understand where I belong, the type of stories that I want to tell, the tools that I want to use. I did a lot of testing last year and made a few videos that you can already see on my other YouTube channel. So what about you? What are your plans for 2021? For me, that's all I can share with you for now, because 2021 is still uncertain and I don't want to give away too much, and because there will probably be a lot of changes in the weeks to come. So keep an eye out and connect with me on Instagram, of course, Twitter, if you have Twitter, or Facebook if you're over 40. My blog being the best place if you don't want to skip a beat. Please stay safe, take care, and be responsible. And I didn't say it in the intro, but of course, Happy New Year. Love, peace, unity, and having fun. Of course, these words are not for me, but I felt that these were the right words to say right now. I guess I will see you in the next one, but until then, please have a good one.